Today's video is partnered with Mint Mobile. Hey guys, so the Helix and the HX Stomp units are incredibly powerful devices, and they're very flexible in all the different things that it can do. For the most part, there's mostly 3 different ways that you want to use the Helix and HX Stomp. The 3 options are Stomp Mode, Preset Mode, or my personal favorite, Snapshot Mode. In this video, I'm going to compare the 3 different modes so that you can decide which one works best for you and for your setup. There's no right or wrong way to use it, just what works best for you. A lot of people don't even know about Snapshot Mode in particular, which is an incredibly powerful way to use the Helix and the HX Stomp. So this will apply to the Helix as well as the HX Stomp, which means Helix, Helix LT, HX Stomp, and HX Stomp XL. I am going to be doing this mostly on the Helix just because it's the easiest to show, and obviously with more buttons and foot switches, you get more flexibility in how you set up your devices. However, almost all of this will be able to apply to the HX Stomp, and I'll try to include that in the video as often as I can. The programming might just be a little bit different. And I'm also going to give you some options on how to configure the foot switches, because there are different things you can do in the global settings that will actually give you access to all 3 different modes with just a quick button press. So let's check out the 3 different main ways to use these devices, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more Helix and HX Stomp videos like this in the future. But first, I want to thank Mint Mobile for being the partner in today's video. Think about how much money you're spending every month on your phone bill when that money could be going to buy new music gear. I know I'd rather have a new guitar instead of paying extra on my phone bill any day. So Mint Mobile has plans for as low as $15 a month, and their unlimited plan is only $30 a month. They're built on the nation's largest 5G network, and they keep their costs low by cutting out the retail stores and selling directly to you online. Switching to Mint Mobile is extremely easy, and it takes only 15 minutes to do. Most phones have a digital eSIM card, which allows you to sign up and activate immediately right on your phone. And if for some reason you don't have a SIM card, Mint will send you one for free. They have individual plans, they have family plans, you can keep your phone, or you can buy a new phone directly on their website. And if you sign up before January 1st, 2024, you will get 3 months extra for free. So be sure to go to trymintmobile.com/Scott Ewell in order to sign up for Mint, start saving money, and then use that extra money to buy more music gear. Okay, so first up is Stomp Mode. Now this one probably represents just as close as you can to just a standard pedal board that we're all used to. So this is Stomp Mode. If you don't see Stomp Mode, push this button over here and it'll switch between Snapshot and Stomp Mode. If you are unsure of how to set up the Helix, I do have that in my programming and getting started with your Helix guide. It's not really what this video is about. If you need help with that, go watch that video. But in Stomp Mode, you can see I can turn on and off my transistor tape delay. I can turn on and off my plate reverb. I can change amps. You can see my amps are changing with one button press. So you can assign these to do more than one thing if you want. And the easiest way to assign a foot switch, if you're not familiar with it, is to just find the block that you want to assign to it, and then lightly tap your finger to the foot switch you want to assign it to. As you can see, I can touch it, and now I've assigned this gain block to be controlled by this foot switch. But this is pretty much like a normal pedal board, turning on and off blocks one at a time. Pretty straightforward. So if you need more details on how to set this up, I go over that in detail in my programming and getting started with your Helix and HX Stomp videos. You can check out both those videos by clicking the links down below or in the upper right corner. Which side? This side. But Stomp Mode is mostly just like a traditional pedal board. You can turn on one pedal and then turn off another pedal, and you do it all one at a time. Again, there's no right or wrong way to use the Helix, just what works best for you. The thing is since these are such powerful devices and a digital multi-effect processor, there's so many different ways that you can use it, and there's more options you might not have thought of. And that's what preset and snapshot mode are about. With presets, I think most of you understand presets. In case if you don't, presets are how you can change just basically everything when you switch from one preset to another one. So with presets, and the way that you usually get to presets is instead of pushing this button over here, you push the bank buttons, and then you can see your presets. So you can see these are all the presets that I have. So this is a rock preset that I have, and you can see my signal path up here. But then when I change to a different one, if I change to like this rock metal one, changes a little bit, change to the banjo one, everything just changes completely. Semi-hollow body one changes completely. Acoustic guitar, my jazz preset, everything changes dramatically all when I change presets. Instead of turning on and off one pedal at a time, this just basically changes everything all at once. So again, if you need help with setting up your presets, watch my full videos. Again, I think presets are pretty self-explanatory. So the thing is about switching between presets, especially if you change like mid-song, if we're going from like the verse to the chorus or something like that, there is a slight pause in the sound when you switch from preset to preset. The full Helix actually has a way to remove that. It gets rid of the second layer, actually, the whole second row. You cut your DSP in half actually by doing that. It's only available on the Helix. And I do have a video walking you through how to set that up if you are interested in that. However, I don't personally recommend it. It's not the end of the world. However, I really think that snapshots are the way to go. And a lot of people are kind of intimidated by snapshots. I didn't really understand them when I first got the Helix. So with snapshots, which again is my personal favorite way to use the Helix and the HX Stomp, you can turn off multiple effects on and off with one button press. Not even just turning things on and off, you can also change the parameters of it. So you can set the mix of the delay higher in one snapshot, but then set the gain on your amp lower and the wetness of the reverb up higher on another snapshot. It's really powerful. So let's check out snapshots. Okay, so here's some snapshots that I personally have on my main setup. It's kind of my everything that I need, for the most part, setup. And within my main setup preset, I have 8 different snapshots. If for some reason you don't see your snapshots, you push this button. If for some reason you're not, I am going to show you a configuration that you need to do in order to see that here in a little bit when I go over the configuration part. But you can see I have quite a few of them. So I have clean, I have a dirty one, I have a lead one, stuff for like ambient swells and stuff like that, overdrive. But look at how much it changes going from overdrive to swells. There's like 5 different pedal button changes that happen with this one. You can see, so I can turn blocks on and turn blocks off all with one button, which is really helpful. But going beyond that, look at what happens just on the drive of my amp. This one I have 2 amps, but this one's currently on the drive for the archetype lead. Look at what happens to drive, mids, presence, and channel volume as I switch between snapshots. See how they're changing? Drive went up. Mids and drive went up. Channel volume went down. Channel volume went up. Everything, all the parameters are changing. So it's not just on the amp block as well. Any of the parameters can change within each snapshot. So you can turn blocks on and off, and you can change any of the parameters that you want on any of the blocks. Very, very powerful. Just a quick rundown on how to do this. So I just went to a different preset of mine. This is for my original music. I only need 4 snapshots in this preset for the song Taste. So for snapshot 8, let me just go over and I'm going to turn off basically all of the effects. I'm just going to have all the effects off basically, except for the amp. So I'm going to save this preset. And now when I go to snapshot 7, it turns all of them on. And then snapshot 8, it turns all of them off. So pretty self-explanatory on how to assign that. But what if I do want to change some of those parameters? So on snapshot 7, I'm just going to choose just a random parameter, the noise gate level. That's what it's on. But I'm going to push in and turn it. And you'll see that it brings these white parentheses around it. So now when I switch to snapshot 8, you can see the level goes back to unity, or basically unity, and it goes up to 3 decibels in snapshot 7. So you push in and turn in order to change the parameters per snapshot. Really powerful. So you can probably see why snapshots are incredibly powerful. If you do need an in-depth guide on how to walk you through that, I do have videos on setting it up in the Helix as well as in the HX Stomp. Again, details will be down below or up in the upper right. So I do want to show you really quick on how to configure this so that you can get access to presets, snapshots, and stomps in what works best for you. So what you want to do is you want to push the 3-line button up here, go to global settings, and then go to foot switches, and see this one right here, preset mode foot switches. Right now it's set to 8 snapshots, so that's what I see. But if I change it to stomp/snap, now I have 4 stomps on top and I have 4 snapshots on the bottom. If I switch it to snap/stomp, now I have 4 snapshots on top and then 4 stomps on the bottom. So you can get access to both. You can get access to the snapshots and the stomps, or just whatever you need. You can configure this accordingly. So say I can set it to snap preset, so I have some snapshots and some presets, stomp and presets, or 8 different presets if you want. I find myself using 8 snapshots often, but sometimes it is nice having those 4 stomps and 4 snapshots. It's just up to you on what works best. And the thing is, if I ever need to get to a different preset, I just push the bank button and then I choose what preset I want to go to. So really quick for all you HX Stomp users, you have to push this page button right here in order to switch between the different modes. That's not really possible to do while you're performing, so you do have to send a MIDI command in order to change this, and the MIDI command is this right here, MIDI CC71, send a value of 4 to go to the next foot switch mode, or a value of 5 to set it to the previous foot switch mode. If you know nothing about MIDI programming, I do have a video about how to use MIDI to control your devices, so you can check out that video, but obviously it's definitely more advanced with the HX Stomp. There is a cool device that I need to look into that it looks like they have something that allows you to turn those into almost a foot switch, which is really cool. I do need to look into that. The thing is, though, with snapshots, you cannot change, the order of the pedals or something like that. So if you think of like an actual pedal board, your digital delay pedal is not magically going to change to an analog delay pedal. You can't change from a Fender amp to a Marshall amp or something like that. You can't change the individual block. If you use two separate blocks, then yeah, you could turn one on and turn one off with one snapshot change. But it doesn't change the layout. It doesn't change the individual effect or the amps or the cabs or something like that. If you need to do that, you do need to change presets. However, I'm going to go over why I normally recommend against that here at the end of the video. So oftentimes I'll use snapshots as like clean, rhythm, heavy distortion, and lead and stuff like that. That's one way that I use it, but also I'll also use it for like verse, chorus, bridge, solo, and different parts of a song as well. So you can see here in the preset that I have for my song Cellophane Blindfold, I have 4 different snapshots that I use. I have a fake bass, then I have the intro solo, and then I have the second solo, and then I have a clean tone. That's all that I need for this song. So all 4 parts are already programmed as a snapshot, which helps me stay organized. Let me go to a different song. So in my song Wake and Walk, I have this weird EQ effect at the beginning, then I have a clean tone, and then I have a really ambient tone with a bunch of reverb. I've already programmed all of those, so when I get to that part in the song, I just load the snapshot. So each song is its own preset, and then each part of the song is its own snapshot. That's the way I personally like to do it. I find it helpful to have the 4 snapshots on the bottom, 4 of the stomp modes on the top, and then if I do need to change presets, I never do that in the middle of a song. That is only when I change to a different song, so then I can push the bank button and then switch to my new preset. I personally find that's one of the easiest and best ways to use the Helix. So that's why I personally like snapshots. I just think they're the most powerful way to use it. Again, there's no right or wrong way to do it. You most of the time sticking with like the same amp for the most part is usually a better way to go, which is usually why I like snapshots. And then if you have like a song that's like really different, then you could switch to that as a preset, but you always have your main preset with all of your snapshots built inside of that preset, and then switch to the other preset if you need to change it up a little bit. Another reason why I like sticking with snapshots is, I've done consulting calls, which you can book me for consulting calls on my website, which there's links down below in the description. But some people get stuck with analysis paralysis, where there's just so many options and you're like, oh, I really want to change to this different type of amp or something like that for in the middle of a song. And it almost just makes it easier just to kind of stick with a main pedal board. So kind of sticking with that mentality, I do find helps me not get overwhelmed with trying to make my tones and my setup and stuff like that. Again, just my 2 cents. So I hope that helped you guys out. If you guys found this video helpful, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. It is a free way to support the channel, feed the YouTube algorithm gods, and I would appreciate it. Let me know in the comment section how you use your Helix and HX Stomp as well. I'm always curious to check out how you guys are doing it. Be sure to check out my videos on programming and all the other videos that I mentioned in this video. All those links will be down below in the description. However, if you want to go a little bit deeper, I do have a video on going over all of the global presets. There's a lot of stuff in there that I actually learned while putting that video together. You can check out that video. And also, if you really want to go deep, you can go into the command center if you want to go really crazy with programming your Helix and your HX Stomp. So you can check out both of those videos by clicking the links on your screen now. Thank you guys again for watching. Don't forget to sign up with Mint Mobile using the links down below in the description. Using those links down below is also a free way to support the channel, and I would appreciate that as well. Thank you guys again for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at ScottYuleMusic. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.